welcome. This is Isa and we are back again with another video. So for today we will talk about, is husband always angry and irritable? Okay, so these are the 15 tips to solve this problem. So if you are experiencing abuse physically, emotionally, or mentally by your husband, um you might want to have a sit down talk with him and figure out what is going on, because there are deeper reasons why your husband is acting like that, especially if it's the only time or it's the first time that he's being so abusive of you. Okay, so what are the 15 tips to solve the problem? Husband is always angry and irritable. Okay, so whenever you are in this situation, just don't be afraid of him and always remember why you love the person. Okay, just uh let him express what he's feeling, because maybe he's just tired of work, he's just tired with the daily life, he's just feeling pressured with all the things that's happening in your life and his work. So you might want to wait for him to calm down and then you can talk to him in a calm way. Okay, so number one is don't be worried. So yes, um try not to act like you're afraid with your husband, or you are worrying too much with the attitude that he's doing or that he's expressing towards you or your family. So you have to let him know that you still think of him as your partner and as the person that you loved on the very first time. Okay, number two is think about the actions. Yes, so if you think that your husband is kind of pressured and tired with work, or he's having a bad day, um just understand his situation. Just let him do whatever he wants to do, or if possible, do not talk to him while he's angry, and just figure out what is happening in your mind before you ask him. Because if you are both angry with each other and you're yelling with each other at the same time, you will have a hard time understanding and figuring out what is happening with your lives, okay, especially with your husband. Okay. Number three is realize that abuse is an ability. Yes. So you have to also make sure that um this is the first time that your husband did it to you for along the longest time. So if he is not that type of person before, or he is not that type of person that has short temper, so maybe he is just trying to um trying to trying to solve his own problems, and maybe he is handling problems that you aren't, or that you didn't know. So um just think of the abuse like, is it his way of dealing his problems, or is it his way of expressing what he's feeling, or is he really short temperance person? So you also have to ask yourself. Okay, number four is don't attempt to steer. So, yes, never control his emotions, especially if he's angry. Don't try to calm him down, especially if he's yelling, because he may be, or he may get physically abusive of you. He might hit you because he is really angry at the moment. So, you cannot control his emotions. Think of it like you were angry and you don't want your emotions to be controlled by other people, because you feel like you don't have the opportunity to express what you wanted to express. You don't have the right to do it. Okay? So just let him let him be angry for a second, and then there wait for him to calm down. Okay? Number five is outrage. Outrage is a variety of pain. Yes, this is what I mentioned earlier, that maybe he mishandles his mind and body. Maybe he was abused by his boss at work, or maybe he's just under a lot of pressure at the moment. So it might be an impact of of the things that, or of the bad things that he's currently facing. So yeah. Number six is outrage is elapsed. Yes. So um maybe your your husband is just trying to express something that he cannot have. Okay, so because for example, if your husband think that he doesn't really have the option, he doesn't really have the capability to do things, especially if he thinks that his boss is controlling him too much, his work is controlling him too much, you are controlling him too much, like he doesn't feel that he is the father of the family anymore. So that is the time that he might get angry, like so angry, like you cannot express how, that's the first time that he will express himself. Okay. Number seven is diversion is your best defenders. Yes. So you have to divert the situation. Like for example, he's really angry. You have to divert it into something like have a fun conversation with him, or try to calm him down by diverting the situation to another or a happy one. Okay? Number eight is don't place fuel into the fire. Yes. So if he is angry, don't throw him with negativity. Okay? Don't yell at him. Don't throw things that you will regret afterwards. So you also have to be careful with what you are saying to the person, because it might trigger his emotions, it might be more abusive. Okay. Number nine is hold up until he's quiet down, or he's, yeah. So wait until he calms down. Wait until his anger is faded. Wait until he is already into a peaceful situation, or yeah. So wait. It usually takes 20 minutes to be angry at someone. So if you really want to solve the issue and stay married, so patience is a virtue. Okay. Number 10 is set your limits. Yes. So if it's the first time and the only time that he did that to you, it is understandable, it is forgivable. However, once you already talked about it, about the abuse, and then he do it again, so that's the time that you say to yourself that that's it. I'm not forgiving you anymore. I'm not forgetting this um, situation anymore. I will not tolerate you in doing these abusive things. Okay. Number 11 is pick your fight. So yeah, we also have to um, not only be quiet, not only stay in in the corner and be silent. So there are also times wherein you need to butt in, to tell him your side, and to let him know that he's too much. It's the situation is too much and you can't handle it anymore. Like you are already in pain emotionally. Okay? And if the abuse gets physical, you also have to defend yourself. Okay? If possible, you can punch him and then run outside your house, bring your kids, and call the policeman. Okay? Number 12 is do not feel offended. Yes. So never ever feel offended if someone is angry with you. So there are just times wherein they just really having a hard time and a bad time and a bad day. So we are also like this. We have this mindset wherein when we are angry, we say things that aren't supposed to be said. Okay? Number 13 is apologize if asked. Yes. So, um, you can also apologize if it it's really your fault, or if you feel like he's really right. Like, you know to yourself that he's under pressure, he's under too much pressure, and he's really not good in he feels like he's not good enough. Okay. Number 14 is don't blow up accordingly. Yes. So never try to blow up in the knowledge of your important person's annoyance. So um think about when you are happy with the person, wherein you can be honest to the both of you. You can be honest and say things that are, even if it's bad or even it's good, you can say it to them. So yeah. Number 15 is empathy is pivotal. Yes. So if you are seeing that that your partner is really into a deep situation, or he feels down, you have to empathize to them instead of yelling back, or instead of saying bad things back to your partner. You have to uh empathize with the situation this that he's currently in. Okay. So related topics, how to deal with anger in your marriage. Number one is express really the impacts of outrage. Yes. So you also have to be open with what you're feeling. Tell them what makes you angry. What are you feeling with this situation? What are you feeling with the relationship? If you're having a problem with your family or with your work, you have to tell it to your partner, because they are your partner. Okay, you are both married. You are considered as one. So whatever your problem is, it's also a problem of your partner. So you have to be honest and open with what you are dealing with, so you can both solve it. Because like the saying goes, two people is better than one. Okay. Number two is manage the displeasure in others and yourself. Yes. So you can go ahead and go to um a psychologist that can manage your anger with your partners, or if you think that it's really too much and you needed help, don't hesitate to reach out to a psychologist. Okay. Number three is wrestle sensibly with the reasons of outrage. Yes. So um you have to list down what are the things that you're having bad, or if you're feeling down, what are your problems. List it down. What are your feelings towards your partner? And then you also need to do a pros. So in the pros, you have to list everything that is good in your life, everything that is good with your partner, so that at the end of the fight, or at the end of the day, you both have this decision whether to stay with your partner or just let them go. Okay. How to deal with an irrationally angry spouse. So number one is tune in. Yes, always listen, and don't talk back to them. Just have to understand them, because if you're gonna vent out your feelings or your frustrations, it might get into a lot more troubling situation. Okay. Number two is show restraints. Yes. So you will need to continue your life partner's defects. Like, um, you also have to limit yourself. Show them that they are too much. So you have to set limitations with how you would feel with someone. Okay. Number three is get some natural air. So yeah, if you are angry with someone, I suggest to go out and take a breath outside, and just breathe in the fresh air, so you will be relaxed. Okay, what are the signs of resentment? Number one is keeping track of who's winning. Yes, if you are too much competitive with your partner, it's like you are already insecure with them. So if you are keep on throwing things or throwing um what you did for each other or for the family, what sacrifices that you did. So yeah. Number two is lopsided power elements. So if your partner feels like they are um they feel like you don't hear them out anymore, you don't talk to them, you don't understand them, you won't understand them. So you might your partner might feel like you don't love them anymore, or there's no more spark. Okay, number three is well-being or therapeutic issues. So yeah, have a mental checkup or have a medical checkup, and yeah, just ask for the guidance of the psychology of what's going on with your life and what are the things that you can do to um to solve the issue and to survive this situation. Okay, number four, terrible words. So if you are saying harmful and hateful words to a partner, so yeah, that's the time that your partner be might feel like you are not really into them anymore. Okay, so how to control anger? So number one is think before you talk. Yes, you always have to think what you are saying to other people before you talk or before you speak. So you have to think of it as much as you can. Like, if possible, you can think of it like 3 times or 100 times, just to make you feel like you're doing real great job, or if you're really doing the right thing. Okay, number three is get some activity. So yeah, um to avoid feeling hatred or feeling angry with the person, um instead of welcoming negative thoughts about yourself or about other people, you can go ahead and do some you can do some um extracurricular activities like going for a walk or biking or mountain climbing, so you can divert your attention to other things. Okay, number four is take a break. Yes, it is really helpful to take a break in a situation like this. If possible, you can both go ahead, part ways for just as long as you need until you get back your lost self. Okay, number five is recognize potential arrangements. So yeah, rather than feeling upset with someone or throwing something that is not good to other people, ask yourself, how can you how can you solve this issue? How can you go back to the days that you are both happy with each other? So yeah, if possible, go in a memory lane wherein you just talk to each other and remember how you guys started until you became husband and wife, until you have your own family. Okay, so that will help. Okay, so that is it for today. Again, this is Isa of datingtips.com for success. We hope you learned something from this episode, and we will see you in our next one. Goodbye.